What is going on, fellow fans of Clash? Of Clash games? What? Yes, okay, so yes, as you may have already heard, it is true, it is not an April Fool's joke. Supercell has announced that they have 3 additional Clash games in development. We're watching the Clash universe grow right before our eyes, and today we get our very first look at the early gameplay of all 3 games in one video. So let's talk about this. The first game is, as you can see on the screen, Clash Quest. This was developed in Helsinki by the guys at the Helsinki studio, and that's important to remember because I'll get to more of that in a minute. But let's take a look at the gameplay. But first things first, I gotta tell you how freaking excited I am at the idea that all 3 of these games are being based upon the Clash of Clans IP, right? Clash of Clans started it all, and here we are expanding on it. They're using the same characters, super recognizable. Obviously, they've been slightly changed. They're made to look a little cuter, and we'll get more into that in just a second as well, because all 3 games do have that in common. But crazy, straight out of Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, you've got this game, Clash Quest. And at first, I thought, okay, this looks like an auto chess type thing, but no, actually, there is another Clash game we'll talk about in a minute that's just more like that. This has an element, and I didn't catch this when I first watched it, but it definitely has an element of like either a match 3 or a puzzle style game. If you watch the way the characters scroll up, it's kind of like you took a game like that and flipped it 180 degrees. But here's the key. This game is not a match 3 game. It's not a puzzle game. They're calling it a turn-based technical adventure strategy game, if that isn't a long enough title. But yeah, okay, so check it out. I mean, oh man, the lava golem, what? Yes, let's go. Okay, so super exciting stuff. Obviously, you see the characters are very, very familiar, very, very much recognizable, and maybe we'll have a chance to see some cool new memorabilia that comes out around these guys, because they are obviously going to be loved by one and all. But check out the Goblin King, and right here, see the combos. There are several new things that they were talking about. One was, of course, the bosses. The other is the combos, like when you have multiples of the same troop, they do special things. Then there's also items that come with or can be added to each individual character. You can see you can get different swords for barbarians. And then they said, for instance, you can get an extra item. It looks like it's that trident that the prince was carrying that allows it to do area damage. And of course, as usual, I can neither confirm nor deny that I have played, am playing, or will play any or all of said games, but you know that I always promise to bring you guys the earliest and most accurate update information, and that is going to include these games. Definitely going to be checking these out. Now, I will say, based upon the design of Clash Quest, it doesn't look like it's going to be the type of game that you could make a bunch of YouTube videos about. You know, there's really not as much to this game as, say, a Clash of Clans or a Clash Royale, where there's a ton of strategy. I think more of this is going to be just kind of knowing how each troop works. Once you get beyond that, it's up to you to get through it. And that's where, you know, it's a little bit disappointing as a content creator, because I would love to see a new Clash game that is specifically going to be blowing up on YouTube, that players are going to come and watch videos about over and over and over again. But then also, I could be incorrect. We have to wait and see, and exactly see if any of these games, remember, even make it global, right? We don't even know. This is like pre-beta for these things that they're giving us this, and it's so cool that Supercell has decided to let us see this stuff now. So let's move on and talk about the other 2 games, Clash Mini and Clash Heroes. That is right. And okay, of all 3, I would say right now, just based upon the graphics and the gameplay, I am most excited about Clash Heroes, but Clash Mini looks like it might be the game that is the most familiar to people. And the reason I say that is because it's based upon mini chess. If you guys are familiar with auto chess, here you go. It is a little bit similar. It is a board game. You place minis, little Clash mini characters. Here they are. There's tons of them. And of course, the art is insane as always. Now remember, this game and Clash Heroes were both developed at the Shanghai studio. And that is key, because you got to remember that no, this doesn't mean that they are doing any less work with Clash Royale or Clash of Clans. Each of these games has their own dedicated game team, And they made that very clear in the video, of course, that the development of these 3 Clash games will not affect Clash of Clans or Clash Royale. And that, of course, is important for all of us fellow fans of Clash of Clans. Now, okay, so as you look at this game a little bit more, you can see there are definitely some auto chess, mini chess features to the game. Again, really cool art, slightly different characters, maybe even more cartoonized than earlier, and that is one of the things the developers said was they want this to be a casual strategy game. You place minis at the same time on the board, and then the battle plays out automatically, so it really comes down to which minis you are using and where you place them. I'm excited, but I'm not quite as excited about Clash Mini as I am about Clash Heroes. Come on. Okay, now the reason this game blows my mind is because it's built with the Unreal Engine. Those of you that are familiar with that know that that means this game will be unlike any other we've ever seen, and you can tell that as soon as you look at the gameplay. Now, the developers say what you'll do is assemble a team and journey out through the world of Clash. This looks almost like an open world style game. Very, very cool, very different than anything I've ever seen from Supercell. So it probably took going to the Unreal Engine, going to a different studio completely to change things up. Of course, it's still going to be familiar. You see all the same characters that we've seen before, but they got new and different outfits. And that's, oh my gosh, I am super, super excited. I'm probably the most excited about Clash Heroes, even though I think personally Clash Mini will be likely to be the game that has the most YouTube value, that has, walkthroughs and tutorials and strategy guides and things like that. This, I could see it, maybe not quite as much. And then third, Clash Quest, probably even less of that. But this is cool because Clash Heroes, you can play with your friends. That is going to be exciting as well. And oh man, I mean, I'm excited for all 3 of these games. It is early. I promise as soon as I can show you guys gameplay, I will. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, stay pumped, and stay excited. And of course, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Which of these games you're excited about and which you think are going to make it. Remember, all or none of these could ever make it to global. They may never be playable for everybody around the world. So we just have to wait and see. Right now, I am super excited about all 3, and I hope you guys are as well. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the episode. Of course, you're the true #GalFam, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Clash of Clans video. So get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be kind to other people. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. Galadon, I didn't see a single gem box in any of those games.